Welcome to the Bill Collector, where I'm Bill, and I'm a collector. May the 4th be with ya, because it's that day today. Star Wars Day. So for dorks like me, and there's some way bigger Star Wars dorks than me, it's your day. I got a bunch of Star Wars stuff to show, but this thing doesn't glare like crazy when I show it in the light, so here, let's pretend it's my head. Ooh, Stormtrooper. But yeah, I painted this little guy not too long ago, and I don't know. Tell me if you see any influence in that, because definitely has some. Fuck it, I'll tell you. Do you see Ace Frehley from Kiss in there? Yes, you do. Star Child, or if that's even who he is. Kiss music sucks, by the way, but their whole aesthetic and shit, that's cool. What little kid doesn't love monsters? And well, never mind. There's some pussy kids out there, but they're kids, so who cares? So yeah, like an impromptu job that popped up today was I needed to fix a 2020 Royal Enfield Interceptor front brake lever. This bike was it was like dropped, and that aluminum lever just went, it's like, it looked like the right side of a hipster's curly mustache, like, and hand levers aren't supposed to be like that. So, took it to the vise and bent on it and took a mallet and beat the shit out of it. And well, it looks better than that numbskull that rushed the stage on Dave Chappelle the other night. His arm is fucked. Do you see that thing looking like a corkscrew? Ouch. Don't rush the stage. If I was a comedian, I just have a big ass baseball bat leaning up against a stool, or I'd be walking around with it like, try me, bitch. End up with crooked legs too. Excuse my French. But yeah, huge congratulations to Clayton Kershaw of the Los Angeles Dodgers, and he just became the franchise leader in strikeouts, and that's a pretty big thing with the long list of Dodger greats that have gone through there. And Don Sutton was a definite stable in that organization. And congrats to Clayton. And I don't know if you've ever heard of a writer named Bill Plaschke from the LA Times, but he now ranks Clayton Kershaw as the greatest Dodger pitcher over Sandy Koufax and Fernando, Dazzy Vance, Oral, and Don Sutton, of course. So, yeah, I don't know. I think you take the strikeouts and you match those with the 3 Cy Youngs, MVP, a Triple Crown, Gold Glove, 5 ERA titles, an MLB Player of the Year award, 2020 World Series champs. It probably backs Bill Plaschke's statement up a lot as greatest Dodger pitcher. So awesome. I'm a big fan of Clayton Kershaw, by the way. I say it every time. I'm a huge Dodger fan. I just collect all kinds of Will Clark shit. So that's how that works out. A couple years back, I ended up at the playoffs. I think it was 2017. And a friend of mine got me in. And I may have told the story before. But long story short, fast forward to the end of the night. I ended up in the players' elevator after the game. And I was like stuffed in there like a sardine. And I saw somebody talking over my head. And I just kind of wanted to see who it was because it seemed like it was a really tall person. And I turned around and I was cheek to cheek with Clayton Kershaw. So there you go. That's my Clayton Kershaw story for now. but his favorite player was Will Clark, and so he's always been good in my book because I've known that for quite some time. Awesome, Clayton. Oh, here we go. Try not to get too much glare on that, but there's a piece of art that I did of a couple of lefties in the Dodgers organization, the great ones, and there he goes right there, the greatest Dodger pitcher of all time. So, I have a friend named Ryan, and me and this guy go way, way, way back. And as of today, he's one of the 5 friends that I've kept. And I can remember the first day I met this kid. See, I was a sophomore, and he was a freshman, and he would know what hallway this was, but I don't remember what teachers were up in this hallway. But anyways, so we still had lockers in school, and so anyhow, I was in my locker, and I believe it was to my right was a little dude named Ryan, and I swear to God, he had a Will Clark picture in his locker. At least this is what I remember. And I was a fan of Will Clark at that point, and believe me, fast friends. Like, believe me, very, very fast. And you know, was probably one of my first collecting buddies, along with my friend Jeremy. And on top of being a collecting buddy, he also collected with his dad, and his dad was a Nolan Ryan collector. And I didn't collect with my dad. This was something that I did with my friends, and my friends also did with their friends. And like I said, Ryan and his dad, they collected together. They went to card shows together. Ryan collected Will Clark. And like I said, his dad, Nolan Ryan. And I always admired that. Um, and not that I didn't have a dad around, because I did, but me and my dad did different things. I mentioned when I first started this thing, the motorcycle stuff. Those were the kinds of things I learned from my dad, lawnmower engines and Volkswagen motors and all that kind of crap. So my buddy and his dad were avid card collectors, and I believe other memorabilia too. And his dad had uh, he didn't have a where he went to work. He had his own deal going, and it was pretty cool in the summer times when our folks were at work. His dad would drive Ryan up to the ballpark, whichever one we were using that day to I don't know, just play sandlot baseball. And his dad would come out there and hit some scorching fucking ground balls and some scuds over the fence and hit us stuff to shag. And I don't know, he's like an unofficial coach. And he was humongous too. So like I just remember this guy of like ginormous stature stomping around in a well-worn Texas Ranger hat. And kind of looked like Kurt Russell in the face, you know what I'm saying? Like what the hell was that movie called? Where Kurt Russell and Tombstone. Hmm. He looked like the fuck that cowboy was. And he was a super great guy. And someone he didn't want to fuck with either, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't exactly know what affiliations he had, but somebody you didn't want to fuck with. But he was good to all us boys, you know what I mean? And I used to spend quite some time down at their house, and I used to think one of his sisters was cute, named Alicia. So that was always it was always easier to go over there too. But that's besides the point. Sweet ass mom Linda, older sister Tammy, and kind of a d bag brother that was older, named Shannon. But whatever. I think everybody's older brother seems like a d bag. And regarding my friend Ryan's Will Clark collection, I was jealous as fuck, bro. Like his whole family was in on it, and he'd be at school and they show up to the house and have new fucking cards. But anyways, that was just a product of just the family being involved in what you like, and that was pretty cool. And it wasn't real jealousy; it was just competitive jealousy because my collection was short in regards to that, you know. And then, like I said, I graduated high school a year before him because I was a grade ahead of him. And one day, like I said, I think I had graduated high school, and I was at the local YMCA, and I was hitting the gym, I was hitting the weights. And this was before cell phones. I believe it was either 1992 or 93. And like I said, I was at the gym. I didn't have a pager or nothing, and it was 1993 for sure. Hey, my buddy Ryan, who I'm talking about right now, he's he's in on the chat right now. What's up, bro? Good to see you. Good to talk to you. It's good to see you this weekend as well. So yeah, 1992, 93. Say he confirmed it right here. I'm at the gym, and the loudspeaker page, whatever it was, like in a grocery store, and calls my name to the front desk, and I'm nobody. I've never been called to the front desk before. And then I get to the front desk, and it's my boy. Don't mind me. And he called to say his old man passed away. Dude, I made it to 18 years before I knew anybody that passed away, before I ever been to a funeral. And it was my boy's dad, dude, like fucking entering his senior year of fucking high, whatever. Maybe he just graduated. I forget what, but the age where you don't need to lose your dad if you have one, that's when he lost him. And I still got my pops, so I have no idea what that feels like. None. So like thinking about it like this, it's like it was yesterday. And that shit's like almost 30 years ago, just like that. So time flies. And so anyways, that happened. And then let me tell you, like, I got a couple friends, like I said, 5 friends. That's it. But that's all I need. And he's one of them. And him and I kind of led a more parallel life. Like, we both fucked up. We both got into trouble. We both knocked up our girlfriends. We were both young dads. We just never really had it easy. So, um, but that's our fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, we make our choices. So I'm not saying nothing about that. But I'm just saying, like, I had a dad to help me through some of those things, and he kind of like he didn't. So there were some other father figures in his life, but none is as good as your old man. So that's setting this up. All right. Excuse me for this. I'm a fucking human. So, now me and my buddy Ryan, we're both grandparents. And it's well, it's something that his dad didn't get to do. So Ryan is that guy in his family. And like I said, we both been through some shit, and we both made it. We both made it out. And so he hits me up last week, and oh shit, did I even get to this dude? So his old man passes away. A little bit of time goes by, and his old man had the most stellar Nolan Ryan collection I ever seen. Ryan's Will Clark collection was dope. His old man's Nolan Ryan collection, rookies and all, was the first collection I had ever seen. I was like, damn, dude, that's how you do it. And it was clean and it was organized. And like I said, the first collection I'd ever seen that was like, wow, that's how I want to do it. And so from that day on, that's kind of like how I did it. But whatever. So one day, yada yada yada, this collection ends up missing. Okay, once his old man had passed, this collection ends up missing, and we were like, holy fuck. But like, I can't even imagine how my friend Ryan must have felt. Like, it was like an heirloom, dude. Like, as if he would still have that today. Okay, it was dust in the wind at that point, and it was somebody close to family, but not the family. And like I said, dust in the wind, man. It's all in hindsight. You know what I'm saying? But like, in the end, it was this thing that I don't know how you deem your baseball cards, but like, okay, my non-Will Clark stuff, whatever. That's like whatever. But like the Will Clark collection, that's like that's decades worth of collecting. That's decades worth of memories. That's like taking me back to these times that I'm talking about right now. And yeah, so it was gone, just like that. And like so we found out who did it. Like, well, what can you do, you know? And I said, 30 years gone by. Like I said, we both had kids. We got grandkids now. We both, man. If you count the jobs between the two of us, motherfuckers, you and your family doesn't have enough fingers and toes. Straight up, that we've been around. And anyhow, he calls me up the other day. No, my bad. He shoots me a text, and it's of a handful of Nolan Ryan cards. Like, what's up with that, dude? He goes, ah, man, I picked these up, man. Just thought I'd get them, and I was like, oh, fuck yeah, dude, that's cool, And I don't push card collecting on anybody, you know what I'm saying? That's my deal. And sure enough, I just happen to have a little box of Nolan Ryan cards. I don't know, maybe 35, 40 different ones. And I thought, like, shit, dude, he's collecting. I'm gonna add to that. And I don't know. I thought it was cool that, like, after all these years, you can go back to something that you did as a kid, something you did with your friends, and best of all for him, something he did with his old man. And anyhow, that's kind of like, for me, it has nothing to do with investing or making money. It's literally, it's a little time machine back to, you say better times, but I mentioned Ryan has a grandkid now. He's got a dog he's training, and these are the better times. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, these are the better times. Like, we're in a different time in our life now, and being a granddad is I don't know. It's kind of like, let me take a step back. Like I said, me and him been through the fucking ringer. The split ups with our ladies who are the mothers of our kids was fucked up. It's like, it's like the movies that you see, that type of shit. And so we've been dealing with that since our kids are little. And then those kids who, I mean, at least mine, I didn't even know if my kids liked me when they were little because of all that shit. Okay. And then our kids grow up and have kids of their own. And then all that, like, distrust and stuff that was there when they were little, they can somehow see past all that bullshit and then trust you again. You'll see where this is going. And so for me, like, card collecting was like, I stopped in 1992 and didn't start up again until 2016, because from 2004, well, let's just say from 1994 when my daughter was born until 2004 when my wife and I split up. I had 2 kids. And then to 2016, no collecting. I was in no space. I was in no frame of mind. I was in no type of stable situation to be having that type of a hobby, you know? Nor was he. I can speak for him on that behalf. Like I said, we had some crazy fucking lives. And then some of that dust settles. And what do you need to collect? You need space. You need a little time. You need a little peace and quiet. And I found that, you know, I mean, that kind of, like, for me, this says a lot about my life. It's not as hectic anymore, you know. Now I'm collecting again, and so for him, it seemed like I said, that time came when, like, you find a little bit of peace, a little bit. I mean, look, man, our lives fucking suck. I don't mean to be the Grinch, but life mostly sucks. And it's when you can find those times when it doesn't suck, that's good for you, right? I mean, and so life goes on. Sucky, not sucky, long periods of suck, a little bit of good. But if you wake up the next day, you get another chance, you know, at least to make it a little bit better. And so, through all the bullshit, my boy Ryan and I feel like it's kind of crazy. Like I said, me and him were of the of the 4 or 5 friends. I think it's a group, not even a group. It's like a friend here, a couple friends there, but of him, me and him have been through the most shit. Like I said, our own doing. We make our own choices, but so and there's like times when you don't really talk to these people, when you're going through these stretches of shit. And, I'm going to have to say within the last couple of years, I've really connected with my friends again. Just because we're in another stage of our lives. We're not 19-year-old kids with knocked up fucking girlfriends anymore, with wondering what the hell is going to happen with the rest of our life and how bad we fucked up. Right? I mean, finding peace is a constant fucking struggle, And so, I don't know. All this shit has made me tougher. And you saw me shed a tear. I need to do that sometimes. Because when me and my ex first broke up, or let's say divorce, because it wasn't fucking breaking up. Let's face the fucking music. It was divorce. Failure. I just I realized that I didn't care about her, but my 2 kids and my dog. Are you fucking kidding me? And so I cried a lot then, like a lot. And then that shit fucking dried up, because guess what, dude? You got a long fucking time to deal with this shit. And I don't cry because I'm sad anymore, really. Like that was a memory, like a good one, actually. It was more of a good memory than a bad memory. I'm remembering my friend's dad who was bitching as fuck. It just makes me appreciate my old man is still fucking here. you know and yeah, so Ryan, I'm stoked you're collecting again, because like I said, dude, that's memories. We do this shit with whoever we do it with, and with him it was his dad. And he saw what I was doing with the Will Clark collection a while ago, okay? And I had made a painting of Will Clark, and of Will Clark and Nolan Ryan, because those were the 2 favorite players, dad and son. And he traded me his good old collection of Will Clarks for that artwork, which seemed to resonate a little bit more with him than the cards at the time. And that's fine, because look, I'm just babysitting his cards anyways. The cards that I didn't have, I added to my collection. And look, if you ever contributed to the Will Clark collection, I try to leave notes on the back of the sheets or whatever who I got them from, because a lot of people are generous, and they see what I'm doing with the Will Clark collection, and they're like, "Oh, hey man, I got these. That's not my dude. You take them." And then we have all this in the back here, and it's one of my fun hobbies. And once again, I'm stoked that Ryan got back into it, because it's like I said, it's nostalgia. it was fun. It still is fun. And he's just kind of picking up where his dad would have left off, because that's how collectors are. We'll find it again one day. And anyways, I'm glad if you did tune in, I'm glad you listened to that, because that's kind of what this show is about. It's look, I'm an artist. I need to sell shit. But the reason I paint baseball and stuff is because it's one, because I'm a fan, and then two, just the whole baseball card thing is really inspiring to me. Anyways, that's why I do it. So we'll leave it at that. But this show right here, I tape it live. I tape it off the cuff. I mean, today I actually had notes on what I was going to talk about, because I didn't really want to miss anything. But I'll patch in photos and stuff, because I take this and I clean it up in an editor, and then I upload it to Spotify and Apple Podcasts and my YouTube channel. So and I take out the coughs and the dead space and this and that. So on the Nolan Ryan tip, here's some card art I made. I call this a speed demon because, well, Nolan Ryan was the sickest fast pitcher of all time with a demon behind him. That was an angel card. And then here goes something from the Texas Rangers. And what I'll do is I'll take better pictures of these and put these into the video that I upload elsewhere. All right. Well, sorry I got all emo on you, but it happens once in a while. Like I said, he was a real bitching dude, and I miss him to this day. Now, if you noticed, I have like my show banner for today has a picture of Nolan Ryan, so I got to the Nolan Ryan part, and then it had some Clayton Kershaw, and I believe I touched bases on that. And what the show is about collecting. So I'm pretty dorky about my collection and how I go about it. And not that I've taken surveys, but I'm in touch with a lot of collectors on Instagram. The Ricky Henderson guy, the Bash Brothers dudes, the Big Mac guys, the Wade Boggs guy, the Tony Gwynn. I mean, like, there's collectors for just about everything and everybody. But I'm in touch with the baseball guys. That's what I collect. And so we all go about ways of personalizing our collections, and like making labels for our stuff, with our brands or what have you. And so I've been putting cards. So like there's these one-touch cases right here. These are bitchin'. And these are great because you can get them in different thicknesses. So if you make a fat card, you can put it in there. But I've been doing more art that ends up thin. So I can stick those in let me show you. It's not my art, but my special cards, I'll slab them. So this is in there. It's not going anywhere. But what I did was, let's see. I made special tags. I don't do graded cards. I'm kind of a geezer on that shit. I think that whole thing is a scam. And I see more off-centered, non-perfect 10s these days than I ever did in my life. And that just adds to my suspicion. So fuck it, I don't do graded cards. But if it's a bitchin' card in my collection, it gets a gem motherfucking 11, bitches. So yeah, if it makes my collection, it's a gem 11. So fuck you. All right. Like I said, pardon me, Francais. So I brought up my little banner. Okay. I have access to a graphic designer right now. I mean, I kind of always do, but I have more access to this person now. So we're gonna get fucking jiggy with it with cool shit because this person has a little more time right now. So I just showed you that tag that I stuck in here. That's custom. I just made that, and so I made some for the Will Clark collection. So we've got the Clark 22 right there, the Clark collection, little barcode. As I said, if it makes my collection, it gets a gem min 11, bitches. No questions asked, because it's my collection and I do what I want with it. And you do what you want with yours. I mean, if you want to smack your pud on your clear cases, do it. Just don't do it on the air. So last week, I planned to show a couple of new cards that I had gotten, 2022s. But I did mention that this year it seems a little thin. But you know what? I went and looked, and there's a lot more than I mentioned when I said that, actually. But my problem is they don't make unique. They make a couple of cards, and then they make this card in pink, blue, purple, mauve, flesh colored, freaking jacknut blue, maroon. And I don't want this card 7,000 times, man. There's a couple times. So it seems like everything today is like, oh, glitter, hologram, fucking refractor. But it's Will Clark, so I take it. Now, this one right here is a more traditional card. Now, based on the 87 Topps design, which I know tons of people cream their corn for. And don't get me wrong, I like it. But I'm more of an 86 Topps guy. That's what I like. 86 Topps, they got their own font. It's simple. But this one's dope, the wood grain, but I just think it's a little overrated. Not my favorite, but not the worst design either. And this one actually has his stats from rookie season to his Cardinals season. So good looking card, celebrating the 35th anniversary, I guess, of that year. Now, let's see, anybody out there? Hey, what's happening, Gerald? Glad you tuned in today. I don't have a single minor league Will Clark card, Gerald, FYI. So if you could lead me in that direction, I would love to obtain some of that stuff. But yeah, I don't mean to be a snob about my collection. I just do it a certain way, and I know everybody does it their own way. And to each his own, and that's what it's all about. I told you before, my inspiration was Ryan's dad. He had a fucking sick-ass binder of Nolan Ryan's, and binders just have always worked for me. I have some stuff in cases, but the bulk of my collection, non-duplicates, is in binders. For me, it just seems easiest to access. Keep it on that shelf right there, and I know what's in what. So when I need to access the Rangers, Orioles, and Cardinal stuff, I go, here, the Giant stuff is right here. The rookies and Olympic stuff is over there. I made it to where it's easy for me to get around and display and show. So, when I do my Instagram posts, it's just like I can slip the card out, take a picture of it, post it, put the card back in, and I'm done. And I'm a 47-year-old man having fun with baseball cards today. Yeah, so shoot me, man. It's better than doing crack, right? So, anyways, knock if you want to, don't knock if you don't, and I'm just gonna keep showing some stuff around. I'm gonna grab something right here. Oh, hey, yeah. Now, how do you collect these? These miniature cards. All right, like my book is how can I explain this? I don't want duplicates in the book, so I keep duplicates in boxes and whatnot. So for me, I do put the variations in the book. So these right here, obviously they look the same. These look the same here. These two look the same. Well, on the back, they all have different stickers or whatever the hell. I think it's a sticker on the back. So to me, that symbolizes a different card. So I stick it in there. And if I ever found another one like this with a sticker that isn't like this, I'll put that one in too. And for me, I just break up the collection by brand. And once we got the collection in by brand, then it's oldest card to the latest card. Seems pretty simple to me. Yeah, for sure. The Giants Will Clark cards, there's a lot more of those out there than there was any other team. Although the 90s were pretty bonkers in regards to your Will Clark options from the Rangers and the fucking the 90s were so bonkers regarding cards and the options. And I kind of blame that on Upper Deck because Upper Deck in 1989 came out with a really, really sweet product. Bitchin' crisp pictures, glossy little hologram on the back. And then slowly but surely, every company kind of went that way. And I was looking at a card. Was it a Juan Gonzalez card today? And I could find a Will Clark card right now like this. But one of the other collectors on Instagram, he's a Juan Gonzalez collector. Dude, this card was so freaking goofy. It was ridiculous. So it was embossed. It was gold foiled. It was full bleed. What else was on there? It was like the most overblown card that you could possibly see, like with every bell and whistle on it. It was just like, come on, dude. Like, I get it. A little hologram here, like a little accent, but the whole card was outrageous. So anyways, that was half of what came out in the 90s because every card company seemed to have fucking 10 different subsets or sets under the umbrella of the company. And that's literally what created the junk wax era. Just too much product and there's lots of shit left out there. That might be the one thing I understand about having a card graded as in regards to putting value on it. But, when I was a kid, we used to self-grade. And so, number one, straight up, first and foremost, it's gotta be centered. So to me, a card is heavy one way or the other, it's not a 10. And I go on eBay and I eyeball off-center 10s like all day. Yeah, right. Stadium Club. Ryan's tapping in right here. Stadium Club was nice, but you know what I'm saying? Like that was like Topps getting into that nice card market. And trust me, we sucked that shit up, dude. Because it looked nice. And so when your favorite player comes out, it was get every card, every card, every card. And to this day, that's kind of still what I'm doing. But like I said, I'm not trying to keep up with variations, dude. Like there are 22 cards of Will Clark right now that are going for $200. Fuck that shit. I'm not in that market. I don't play that game. And you know why I don't play that game? Because if I was a kid, I couldn't afford that. So I don't know if this is weird or not, but in my brain, I'm collecting from a 16-year-old's perspective. Things that are affordable, things that I'm not going to go broke buying a graded card. So you guys have fun with that. But yeah, anyways, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I can see that actually more than one person was looking at the show this time. And that's pretty cool. But I think maybe because I had put a little word out. Now, what's cool is if you tune in on Fridays, well, if you tune in on Wednesdays at 5 or, after 5:30, whatever, whenever you decide to pop in, directly after at 6 o'clock, Eric Burns and Will Clark are doing a show on the same network. And man, if you're a Will Clark fan or you're just a baseball fan in general, or you're an Eric Burns fan, because Eric Burns has been all over the TV in regards to baseball, check it out. You're talking about two pros, longtime baseball players, and the things that they talk about beyond the actual game, because they talk about the current game and the happenings in baseball. And then shit pops up, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can ask a question in the chat box and perhaps they'll answer it for you. And so the first episode I had tuned into, and I'd been meaning to do this, Will Clark was talking about how he would, poke around and ask Tony Gwynn questions. R.I.P. Tony Gwynn, one of the good guys in baseball. And okay, fine, maybe that doesn't seem so insightful, but when Will Clark was talking about Tony Gwynn's approach, if you're a baseball player, Jesus, man, add that shit into your repertoire, man. Like, I know today and the philosophies are different, but some of the philosophies from the past still hold up. And I even believe this episode is available in the archives on No Filter, so you may still be able to check it out. But anyways, it's awesome. It's a great show. Will Clark tells stories, like I said, shit that you'd never heard, and it's real interesting. So if I was you, I'd check it out. So make a long story short, I'm going to cut this show off right now. So I appreciate you watching The Bill Collector. We're on Bill, and I'm a collector. I'm going to take a couple minutes, and I'm going to get ready to watch that show. So if you tuned in, I appreciate you guys. I really, really do. And Ryan, mad love for you, bro. Okay, dude, for real. Take it easy, guys.